We are standing on the canal side of Meadow Garden, and this is a very important perspective because the earliest photograph that we have of the house is taken from almost the same spot. Not exactly the same spot because unfortunately trees have grown up from where the photographer had been in the 1890s. That vantage point is no longer available to us. But the work you see happening behind me is very significant for the house. DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution, the state Daughters of the American Revolution for Georgia, purchased the house in 1900. They saved it from demolition. It's truly an early example of preservation in our country, and the importance of their efforts to save this house cannot be overstated. The house was in very deplorable condition when they purchased it, and they immediately set forth to renovate it so that it presented better to the public. One of the things that they altered from the earliest photograph we have is in the early photograph, the left-hand side of the house, which is the earlier side, had a lower roof line than the right-hand side of the house, which was added in the early part of the 19th century. After almost 120 years of that unified roof line being in place, decisions were made to restore the house back to its appearance during George Walton's and his family's life here at Meadow Garden. So what you're seeing behind me is the first step of the exterior restoration, which includes removing the later roof line and restoring the earlier broken roof line that existed in the earlier period of this house's existence. The work is ongoing, and what you're seeing is a temporary rubber cover to protect the house from rain in the case we get one of our typical summer afternoon thunderstorms. But yesterday afternoon at about this time, for the first time in 120 years, the original roof line and even some early shingles were exposed to the sunlight for the first time in over a century. Pretty exciting stuff, especially if you're into preservation. So next week, what we will be doing is peeling back the temporary protection and preparing the roof to install a new wood shingle roof. Again, the appearance of which and the installation methodology will all be done as it was historically, and we're satisfied to say that we're able to install that roof over original roof rafters, following the original slope of the roof, and clearly a differentiated roof line from the first period to the left to the second period on the right.